trusted news source. This is Channel 8 News at 5.
Coming up tonight, looking into workplace harassment at the state capitol.
Plus, a crash involving a school bus kills one person. But first,
I think there's a lot of room for us to improve in this area.
Working to get better resources for children. However, we do want to start off tonight with some breaking news this afternoon just south of Lincoln.
That's right. Firefighters battled a couple of structure fires. We're told 2 structures actually were destroyed, burned to the ground. One is like a work area. The other was described as a barn. But again, firefighters have been out there for a couple hours. They have been able to prevent it from spreading to even additional buildings. As you can see, quite a few of them on that property.
Yeah, and this is a live look right now. So obviously still a very active scene, even though the fire began a few hours ago. Fire crews from Hickman and Firth were called to the scene right around 3 o'clock. Now, the cause of the fire is still being investigated. We're told the fire marshal is on scene. The good news, though, no reports of any injuries. No animals were injured. Everything good on that front. Fire trucks, though, are still on location. Firth Road is closed from 68th to 82nd Streets. We'll be sure and keep you updated on this situation moving further into the evening. In other news now, over the past few years, there's been a mental health crisis among children in our state.
Since the pandemic, it's only gotten worse, and now senators are working to get more help to those kids. Channel 8's Macy Meyer has more on a bill that made its way through the legislature. Macy?
Senator Jen Day has been a big advocate for improving mental health for children in Nebraska. Today, her efforts move forward on the legislative floor.
We were experiencing a youth mental health crisis prior to COVID, but we know the pandemic has greatly exacerbated this issue. These are difficult times for our students.
It's been no secret there has been a mental health crisis in the state of Nebraska over the past few years. With the issue getting worse since the pandemic, Senator Jen Day introduced a bill that would facilitate a stronger connection between schools and community providers in order for students to have better access to mental health care across the state. On Monday, the bill passed to the enrollment and review phase.
LB 852 is advanced to be in our initial. Mr. Clerk, next item.
It would essentially require every school building in the state to have at least one designated point of contact for mental behavior health care for parents and students. While some schools already have this point, Senator Day wanted to make sure those rural areas got help as well.
But there are some schools that do not. This is a bill that we've been working on for years. It is a necessary change so that we can ensure that there was someone in every school building to help facilitate the connection between students and parents and outside resources in the community.
Most senators who spoke up on the floor were in support of the bill, but looking for clarification on a few things.
I know I've spoken with my local school district in North Platte. I think they see some value. I think they have some questions about costs associated with this. Can you explain how this works? Is this a recommendation? Is this a requirement? And then how would that be funded?
The bill would not require schools to hire anyone, but rather designate a person in the building to be a point of contact. The goal is to facilitate a connection between students, parents, and resources within the community. The bill passed on the floor today, but we'll need to go through 3 more rounds before it makes it to the governor's desk.
All right, thank you, Macy. And be sure to keep us updated so we can keep our viewers abreast of what's going on down there. Also from the Capitol, there's talk about forming a special committee to look into workplace harassment.
It comes after State Senator Mike Groney recently resigned on allegations that he took inappropriate photos of a legislative aide.
After everything that happened with Senator Groney, it was very clear that we don't have institutional processes, and obviously this is something that's been discussed in previous legislatures, and I think it bears repeating and looking at further and continuing to pick up on the work that others have done over the years so that we can hopefully protect our employees a little bit better moving forward.
2 other senators introduced similar resolutions, so they are hopeful to make changes. We will have more tonight at 6 o'clock, though, on why resolutions like this have not passed before. Longtime Lancaster County Sheriff Terry Wagner is endorsing Jim Pillen to be Nebraska's next governor.
In a statement this morning, the sheriff says, quote, law enforcement is the foundation of a safe society. As governor, Jim will help provide the tools and funding law enforcement needs to keep our communities safe, end quote. Well, students from across Lincoln Public Schools were at a special symposium today.
It was all dedicated to showcase diverse professionals to the students. Nearly 50 students from LPS who are interested in education were there. They spent the school day engaging in conversations and learning from professionals in education. LPS hopes the students become more connected with education and want to empower these students to, quote, be the change.
I think diversity will help make an impact on kids because there's not only 28 students of white kids in classrooms anymore. Like, it's not segregated, it's more diverse, and I feel like we need more inclusivity in school. So like having students that look like me and then them having a teacher that looks like them will give them more confidence in themselves.
LPS says it wants to ensure diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging in and outside of classrooms. And they believe getting diverse students engaged is the way to have that. In Omaha, one person is dead and 2 injured after a crash near the airport this morning.
It happened near Epley Airfield a little after 7 o'clock this morning. Police say a school bus driver ran a red light and then hit a car. The driver of the car, a 59-year-old Council Bluffs man, unfortunately died. No students were on the bus. The bus driver had minor injuries. All right, how about some much lighter news now? A special event was held in Grand Island over the weekend.
Yeah, very unique. We're talking about camel and ostrich races at Fauner Park. Over 7,500 people came out to watch the races. Here come the camels.
And here they go down the stretch.
It's a fundraiser for local nonprofits and different companies, and they sponsor the animals who compete. It was free for guests, but of course, folks could make cash donations to the animals they hoped would win. In the camel race, Pete, the performer, and his jockey, Matt, took home the win.
It was great. I didn't know what to expect. It was a little bit of a rough ride, but you just hold on, and it was a great experience. I kind of thought, it wouldn't be too bad, but you gotta kind of balance and not fall off.
The ostrich races were after the camels. That is something to see. But all of those jockeys were professionals. So.
I did hear a couple fell off, as you can see right there. So, hey, let's talk to John now and get to your first forecast. I know that's a tough one to follow, John, but kicking off the work week with some sunshine.
That's right. I was asking if the camels won by a hump, or at least which one did. Hey, this afternoon, not too bad, at least looking out the window, a little on the cool side by late March standards. We hit 56 degrees this afternoon. Our normal high is 59. You can see we've got 50s all across the area, nearing 60 degrees out towards Grand Island and Kearney right now. Notice the winds there out of the southeast, gusting at times 25 to 35 miles per hour. This will be light, considering what we've got coming our way for the next couple of days, where it's going to start to turn much windier. More clouds out to the west. We'll see partly cloudy skies as we go through the overnight hours, but we are watching a weather system that is down to our southwest. Let me circle it for you. This is the upper level energy that's going to start to swing our way, bring with it a chance for some much warmer temperatures and, frankly, a wide range of temperatures around the area tomorrow, but also a threat for thunderstorms as we go through tomorrow afternoon and into tomorrow evening. For the rest of this evening, still a little blustery out there at 6 o'clock, 54 degrees, 48 by 8, and 43 degrees by 10 o'clock tonight. Again, we've got a wide range of temperatures coming tomorrow. And sometimes we may see a swing of 40 degrees across the viewing area, but also stronger winds and the threat for thunderstorms, some of which could be strong to severe. First time we've been talking about that much this year. We'll have more details on that and the timing in my Storm Alert Team forecast.
All right, thank you, John. Now to the latest on the coronavirus pandemic. The FDA expected to authorize booster shots for Americans 50 years old and older.
It comes as the Omicron subvariant BA2 spreads across the country, new cases going up in the Northeast.
While we have limited information about the value of a second booster, what we do know is that a surge is likely to come, and it's better to plan ahead and vaccinate ahead of a major surge.
Officials say the 4th shots are likely to be offered but not formally recommended. The FDA will convene again in early April to discuss the broader population. Still, some haven't even gotten their first dose, with recent data highlighting the strong political divide that still exists when it comes to vaccines. The CDC says the 10 states with the highest vaccination rate all voted for President Biden in 2020, while 9 of the 10 with the lowest vaccination rates voted for former President Trump. And speaking of former President Trump, a federal judge has found that he, quote, more likely than not committed a felony in his efforts to overturn his 2020 presidential election loss.
ABC's Ike Ajachi has the very latest in Washington.
Today, a federal judge ruling that former President Donald Trump likely committed felony obstruction in his efforts to overturn the 2020 presidential election. In a new ruling, U.S. District Judge David Carter wrote, based on the evidence, the court finds it more likely than not that President Trump corruptly attempted to obstruct the joint session of Congress on January 6, 2021. With the ruling, Trump's former lawyer John Eastman must now turn over documents he's been withholding from the House Select Committee investigating the attack on the Capitol. Eastman has been claiming attorney-client privilege, essentially blocking the committee from seeing potentially relevant documents and communications leading up to and after the January 6th Capitol riot. Judge Carter, who reviewed Eastman's documents in private, found several memos he deemed incriminating. One of them, a draft email written for then Trump attorney Rudy Giuliani, forwarded to Eastman, that recommended Vice President Pence reject electors from contested states on January 6th. Judge Carter writing, the draft memo pushed a strategy that knowingly violated the Electoral Count Act.
By itself, this does not mean that President Trump will be charged, but this will put additional pressure on the Attorney General Merrick Garland now that you have a judge on the record saying he believes that crimes were committed by the president.
Judge Carter claims the memos likely furthered the crimes of obstruction of an official proceeding, as well as conspiracy to defraud the United States. Judge Carter says those memos are subject to the crime fraud exemption, meaning despite Eastman's claims of attorney-client privilege, he must disclose those documents to the Select Committee. Ike Ajachi, ABC News, Washington.
Coming up tonight, the moment at the Oscars everyone is talking about, Will Smith slapping comedian Chris Rock on stage.
We'll have that story in your full forecast after the break.
Everyone's talking about the hit musical sensation.
Now to the Oscars and the shocking moment that stunned the audience. Will Smith slapping comedian Chris Rock after he told a joke about his wife, Jada Pinkett Smith.
Yeah, my wife and I were watching that. We couldn't believe what was happening. And at that time, we've been talking about, was it real? Was it fake? But I'll tell you what, less than an hour later after that happened, Smith was back on stage accepting the award for Best Actor. ABC's Alex Stone has the latest.
It was a slap seen and heard around the world.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Today, the fallout and debate over how it was handled and what needs to happen next are growing. And this is what you didn't hear at home but aired on some international channels.
Keep my name out your mouth. Wow, dude.
Yeah.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's name out your mouth.
I'm going to, okay? Okay. That was a greatest night in the history of television.
The auditorium and the world left in shock.
Will Smith!
Then about 45 minutes later, a tearful Will Smith accepting the Best Actor Oscar but not directly addressing what had just unfolded, although he seemed to refer to it.
I want to apologize to the Academy. I want to apologize to all my fellow nominees. Love will make you do crazy things.
Later in the night, Smith was seen laughing with his family and partying with his new Oscar. What happens next appears to be between Smith and Rock. The LAPD says Chris Rock refused to press charges and that without him filing a police report, the department will not open an investigation. The Academy issued a statement saying it does not condone violence in any form. But Smith was not escorted out and was allowed to remain in the audience during the rest of the show. It's not the first time Rock referred to Jada in one of his jokes. In 2016, he joked about her boycotting the Oscars. And she's been open about her struggle with hair loss from a condition called alopecia, finally deciding to shave her head. At the Vanity Fair Oscars after party, the Smiths refusing to answer any questions not long after that slap. Alex Stone, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Now, your Storm Alert Team forecast with Chief Meteorologist John Dessauer.
Not too bad of a day. Nice to have some sunshine around, although we've had clouds increasing here late in the afternoon. They're mid to high level clouds streaming overhead. You can see that right now from Honda of Lincoln as we look off to the northwest. These cirrus clouds spreading overhead right now. Take you down to Beatrice to our live look down here. Some sunshine around. Again, some of the high clouds out into the distance. And I can show you right now in Beatrice, the temperature 56 degrees. 56 in Wymore, it's 58 in Fairbury, just a little warmer up south of Cortland at Highway 77 and 41 where it's 58 degrees. A little cooler towards Firth where it's 53. 56 right now at the Lincoln Airport, which is the high temperature for the day. 54 degrees in Seward, 55 in Garland, 53, hello in Milford. 57 degrees in Friend and 54 degrees in Utica, 55 in York, and head out to the Tri-Cities and temperatures just a little closer to 60, just shy of that in Grand Island where it's 59, 58 in Doniphan, and 58 degrees right now in Hastings. Winds are out of the southeast, gusting 25 to 35 miles per hour. As I mentioned earlier in the newscast, this will feel light compared to what winds will turn out to be tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, and through the day on Wednesday. Now, as we go through the rest of this evening, our temperatures will be dropping off, but it's going to be a relatively mild night by late March weather standards. 36 for low in Lincoln, 39 in Beatrice, and 37 degrees in York. Winds will be out of the southeast, 7 to 14 miles per hour, with some occasional gusts to 20 miles per hour. Now, tomorrow, temperature-wise, we've got a lot going on. Now, this is an optimistic forecast on my standpoint. Some of the computer models are suggesting highs only in the 40s and 50s tomorrow. So this is why this is going to be a big boom or bust forecast. So I figure, you know, go for the gusto with this. So 81 is what I'm forecasting in Lincoln as a warm front tries to lift through for some of us. So this is the idea that the warm front is north of Lincoln, but not to Columbus or Omaha, where temperatures are only in the low 70s. You'll notice winds going from the southeast, shifting around to the south, 12 to 22 miles per hour, and we'll have some gusts to 45 miles per hour. Winds will continue to gust upwards of 40 to 45 miles per hour overnight tomorrow night and through the day on Wednesday as well. Now, we are watching a weather system that's off to the southwest, just off the coast of the United States. This will bring energy our way and bring us a chance for some thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon and into tomorrow evening. And the Storm Prediction Center suggests a slight risk of severe weather stretching from Texas through Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri, southeast Nebraska, and southwestern Iowa, with the best chance for that happening down towards Beatrice and areas off to the east, with the main threat being some damaging winds and perhaps some hail. You'll notice on our instability map, as those temperatures begin to warm, we're going to have just a little bit of humidity out there. So by 7 or 8 o'clock in the evening, that's going to be our peak instability going on before this moves off to the east. This is looking at Stormcast tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. and you'll see maybe a passing shower in the morning as that warm front lifts through the area. Some breaks in the clouds by late afternoon. That's going to allow the temperatures to warm up into the low 80s. And then some isolated thunderstorms developing by 6 o'clock, perhaps just to the east of Lincoln. And that's where the best chance for severe weather will be. I think it's going to be just to the east of both Lancaster County as well as Gage County. Rainfall-wise, here's how much. Not a whole lot to expect out of this, I think. Consider yourself lucky if you get caught underneath one of these thunderstorms, as most of the activity will occur further to the south from Oklahoma down towards Texas and then eventually moving over towards Arkansas, Louisiana, and Missouri as we go through the day on Wednesday. 7-day forecast shows 48, a big drop in temperatures on Wednesday with some scattered showers around, and it will be windy. Maybe even a few snowflakes early Thursday morning. And then as we go towards April 1st, we'll see a few afternoon or evening scattered showers. So we head towards the weekend, temperatures in the middle 50s to low 60s with some few scattered showers again on Sunday, and 50s and 60s as we go into our first full week of April.
I'm excited to hear some thunder. Bring them our way.
I mean, spring is here.
Exactly.
That's right.
Thank you very much, John. Here's a look at Wall Street now. Positive day. The Dow gaining 95 points. NASDAQ also up about 186. Here are your numbers. You're watching Channel 8, Nebraska's trusted news source.
This week, the millions still fleeing.
They are quick. That's what she said.
Finally tonight, a pair of amazing acts of daring do-good, one on a roadway.
The other in a bar buzzing with basketball. Jeremy Roth has tonight's. Take a look at this.
A FedEx driver is being hailed as a hero after rushing to save a child from a multi-vehicle accident in South Carolina. Damian Rose's shift was over when he spotted smoke on the road ahead.
I saw the two cars, so it's like automatically I knew it was an accident.
As soon as Rose arrived, he sprang into action.
As soon as I got there, I just heard a lot of screaming and yelling. They were saying, "Get that kid, get that kid."
Rose wasted no time pulling the little boy from the wrecked vehicle. He said he also tried to help a trapped occupant in the other vehicle, but ultimately waited for responders to arrive alongside the families who thanked him for going above and beyond to deliver an act of true heroism right on time. For a hardworking waitstaff in this Kansas tavern, it was a generous social media star to the rescue. TikTok star Lexi Burke, known for her random acts of viral kindness, dropped a doozy on the employees of Johnny's Tavern in Lawrence.
We are going to tip the entire staff $50,000.
Burke says she used to be a server and knows how crucial gratuities can be.
Tips are very important, and even if you've got a small bill, every little bit adds up. I can pay my rent this month, which I needed to do.
With Burke's generous spreading of the wealth and the Jayhawks ascending to the Final Four, March Madness took on a whole new meaning at this Kansas sports bar. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
Just a couple random, incredible people out in the world.
Gotta have them. Sure makes things better. Well, let's get a final check of the weather, see if things are going to get any better around here. And who's complaining, though, right? Not bad.
That's right. Today, temperatures in the 50s. Tomorrow, I think we're likely to see temperatures in the 70s and 80s. It's all dependent upon a warm front moving through the area. For this evening, not too bad. 54 degrees, a little blustery by 6 o'clock, 48 by 8, and 43 degrees by 10. Overnight temperatures only dropping off in the middle to upper 30s, so a mild start tomorrow morning, again, by late March standards.
All right. Thank you, John, and thank you all for joining us.
World News is next. We'll see you back here at 6 o'clock. Have a good one.
With the Channel 8 Eyewitness News mobile app, you'll be the first to know. Get alerts about breaking news and weather, all in the palm of your hand.
At Comfort Made Mattress Factory, we build each mattress specifically for you right here in our locally owned store. We can even make his side different than hers, backed by our lifetime comfort guarantee.
Closed captioning on